Hello and welcome back to Stranded Deep. My name is Agurk. This is challenge number 5. Kill a shark as fast as you can from the start of the game. So, how does one normally go about killing a shark at the start of a game? You look in your backpack, you got nothing. In your raft storage, you got 3 rations, a compass, and a bandage. You can't kill anything with those. What about the paddle? Well, you could use the paddle, but it doesn't actually do any damage. It just goes right through the shark. Believe me, I have tried it. So yeah, that brings us to strategy number 1. Go ashore, gather resources, and craft some spears and try and kill a shark. So that's what I'm going to try first. There's a hammerhead right over there. Alright, so what this video is going to be today is I'm going to try and use a few different strategies at the start of the game to see what works best to kill a shark as fast as I can. So this is kind of the standard option that most people will try and do because this is kind of what comes to mind first. It's not necessarily the best method, but it is what most people will try. So you go around basically picking up rocks, picking up sticks, getting some saplings. We need the leaves to turn into fibrous leaves. We need to turn the fibrous leaves into lashings so that we can make a knife, perhaps an axe to chop down a tree and get more sticks. How quickly you can go about this will depend on the island that you spawn on. Some islands will be a little better than others. They may have more things scattered around that you can quickly pick up. As long as you're fairly quick about grabbing sticks and rocks and creating lashings from the fibrous leaves, it should take you a couple of minutes probably to get enough to create, 10 crude spears. Now in the beginning you can't craft a crude spear right away. You have to actually level up, which we just did there. And once you level up, you can craft an axe, and then you can also craft a crude spear. Now here I'm chopping down ficus trees because they drop 4 sticks in one go. I'm turning those into crude spears as quickly as I can. Now in the beginning it takes about 10 hits from a crude spear to kill a shark, so I want to have about 10 of these. I start to chop that tree and then I notice there's 2 more sticks on the ground, so I just grab those instead. And I now have 10 crude spears. So it's back out into the ocean and I'm going to try and kill a shark. Now I recorded this audio afterwards because I tried this a whole bunch of different times and I didn't know which one I was going to end up using, so I'm just recording this and adding my audio commentary. So I'm trying to remember what exactly I did in this at the same time. So if I get something wrong, that's why. So here I'm looking for the shark. I actually think I went a bit too far to the right. The shark spawned a little more over to the left, but yeah. I found that when I tried this strategy of just going ashore, collecting resources, and then heading out to kill a shark, it was really hard to find a shark because apparently when you go ashore and maybe when you walk over towards the other side of the island, you get too far away and the shark despawns. So you have to go back out into the water and try and trigger another shark to spawn. Whether it's the same shark or a different shark depends on your luck. Now here it's a tiger shark that spawns. I quickly put a couple of spears into him. And yeah, there's not really a lot to say here. I try and take out this shark as quickly as I can. He looks like a porcupine. And I missed that shot, which was the would have been the fatal shot, I think. And then I screw up again by missing the spear as he swims past me. I was trying to grab one out of his body. And here I do manage to grab one, give him a little whack with the knife, switch back to the spear, and take him out. So that took 3 minutes and 41 seconds. Now that's not saying that that's the fastest you can do that. That was just kind of an average run. I think the first time I tried it, it took me 5 minutes. So I got it down to 3:41 before I moved on to other techniques because I just didn't think this was going to be the fastest way to do it. And it wasn't. So that was all right. 3 minutes, 41 seconds. And with this one, I was trying a whole bunch of different things. And I ended up using this particular video clip because I decide to go back out there and see if I can kill a second shark. How quickly can I take out 2 sharks at the beginning of a game before I build any fires or smokers or shelters or water stills or anything like that? Strictly, my job today was to kill sharks. So I'm looking for another shark that I can kill. And again, I'm swimming away from where the other one was because they don't spawn in the same area. I'm trying to find a second shark, so I'm heading towards this other wreck that's further down the coast. And hopefully I can get a second one to spawn here. And this should be different than the hammerhead we saw right at the very beginning. So if there is a shark here, it won't be a hammerhead, or it won't be the same hammerhead at least. It could be a hammerhead, it could be a tiger shark, or it could even be a goblin shark, though they're a lot rarer. And I was about to give up here. I wasn't thinking much was going to happen, and then a tiger shark shows up. And he's swimming really leisurely here. I should have actually just poked him, so I just figured that out, and then I do poke him a couple of times before he gets too far away, and then I throw the spear at him. And that's a really good strategy you can use, especially on tiger sharks. They're so slow. If they swim like this guy did right next to you, just jab him. Don't throw your spear at him, just jab him a couple of times. And then once he's out of your reach, then you can throw the spear. That'll save you from wasting your weapons, especially if you're low on the number of spears that you have on you. Maybe you weren't expecting to see a shark at that time. You might not have a full arsenal of spears. So that's one strategy you can use to just poke him as he goes by. Once he's out of your reach, then you can throw your spear at him. And if you run out of spears, if he comes past you again, you can try and grab a couple of his spears out of his body as he swims past, and then you have a new set of weapons to throw at him. All right, so we killed 2 sharks. I don't remember what the time was on this, about 5.5 minutes, I think it was, to kill 2 sharks. And then I decide, well, I know that the hammerhead is still out there, so I might as well finish swimming around the island. Maybe we can do 3 sharks. Why not? So here I am, heading back out. Got a shipwreck there with no crate. And I can't help myself, I must look for crates. It's just ingrained into my system that look for crates. It's a shipwreck, look for crates. And you can see, you notice here that I'm swimming from rock to rock. All these big rocks that are sticking out of the water, these are your best friends when you're swimming around and there's sharks. Because you can use the big rocks to shelter behind or to climb up on. And you can see I do this all the time. Every time I see a big rock, I'll climb up on it. I'll look around. Here I noticed the shipwreck bubbles further back here, and I wasn't sure if I actually saw which wreck that was, so I go back. And you can just see the skeletal outline of a wreck there. It was one that I had seen, so I just turn around and head back again using the rocks. And same thing with the sprint swimming. I try not to sprint swim until I'm completely depleting it, especially when I know there's sharks around, because you're going to need that sprint swim to get away from the shark, or to get yourself into safety, like behind a rock or into a wreck or something, just so that you don't get jumped by the shark. And again, here I'm going back to get on the rock to surface, and I notice behind me that there's another tiger shark. So what do? Well, the only thing I can do, stick him, kill him. And there I screw up a little bit. I surfaced and then went down and then surfaced again and right into his jaws. So that didn't work too well. But it doesn't really matter in the end. He gets kind of caught up in the rocks there, and I can put a few more spears into him. And I find tiger sharks are not that difficult to kill. Luckily, he missed me there. And I ran out of spears, so I grabbed one out of him as he swam by and just gave the fatal blow there. So we've killed 3 tiger sharks, and I'm down to 1.5 hearts. So yeah, I've taken a few hits from these sharks. So I decided to head back to shore and get a bandage and top up my food and water with a ration. And then I'll be good to go again. I gotta still find that hammerhead. Okay, so my food and water are fully topped up. That will allow me to heal quicker. And now all I have to do is head back out into the water, and it should be somewhere around that wreck there where the hammerhead is. I think I realized this as I'm on my way out a little bit, again, too far to the right. So I turn left here, I believe. Turn left. Go for it. Yeah, I'm heading back to this wreck. And this is where the hammerhead should be, somewhere around this wreck. Now, as it gets to be later in the afternoon, the visibility under the water gets really bad. So you can see here, I can't really see fantastically well. It's still not horrible, but it's not fantastic either. And I decide to just swim around around the bow of the ship in order to maybe see if I can trigger the shark to spawn again. And again, I'm gonna, whoa, that guy just came zooming out of nowhere. Put a couple of spears into him, and again, I'm gonna use these rocks as shelter. And visibility is actually better above the water right now. You can see when I go in the water, can't really see much beyond the bow of that ship. Not seeing anything here. The problem I find with hammerheads is because they're so fast, is they often they'll just swim away. If they got a spear or two sticking in them, they often just disappear on you. See, he comes back, you can see him above the water, but underwater you can't see it very well at all. So I'm decided to stand up on this rock, use the better visibility above the surface to keep an eye on him. And I'm trying to make sure that I don't miss. So I wait till he's close enough. I'm running out of time here, as I know the sun is going down. And I don't want to mess up my chance to get 4 kills here, and I don't want to lose all my spears too. So I've put a bunch of them into him. You can see his shadow disappear around the corner there. This wreck is just far enough out that he can swim around it, so I think he's probably going to end up back out in the deep water. I'm just going to check once more back here, and then head back to my rock again. All I have on me now is a knife and an axe. So I grab the axe, I miss him as he comes by here, didn't react quick enough, and there he's too far over to that side, so I miss him again. Oh, there we go. Got him one time there. Now I'm kind of getting worried that it's going to get dark and I won't be able to see anything, and I'll have to go ashore and I'll miss the opportunity to take him out and get the 4th kill. It's just getting dark, dark, dark underwater. Can't see much of anything. Oh, there he is over there. And he's just so quickly out of my view range again. Trying to protect my back up against the shipwreck. I think there I was contemplating grabbing a spear from him as he swam by, but he was just too far out of my reach. And here I'm trying to keep close to shore so he doesn't jump me, but then I decide to go out to lure him in, and I managed to get in the fatal blow there for my 4th kill in one day upon starting the game. I slept the night. The next morning I dragged them all together, and there's my bounty there. 4 sharks killed on my first day using spears that I crafted. That was pretty darn cool. I don't think I have ever done that before in an actual game. Okay, is there a better strategy? Well, let's try strategy number 2. Search wrecks for a fishing spear and try and kill a shark with that. In this video clip, I'll show an attempt I made against a hammerhead shark. When the game starts, there's a shipwreck off in that direction and another shipwreck in the other direction. I jump off to check to see if there are any of those small shipwrecks that you can't see from the surface. Down below me, I don't see any, so it's back up into the raft. And I'm going to have to paddle over to a wreck and check for crates and hope one of them has a fishing spear in it. Alright, so with a fishing spear, It can be used as a weapon. It's about the same effectiveness as a crude spear. You can pretty much kill a shark with it as long as you stick them enough times or you have enough of them to throw at them. Throwing fishing spears is not really an option here because with this strategy you have to find a fishing spear in a wreck and you're not likely to find 10 of them or 11 or 12 which you would need to kill a shark, so you're going to find maybe one. So the strategy I'm going to use here is basically to just jab the shark as it swims past me and not throw it at the shark. If I throw it at the shark, it's going to get stuck in the shark and the shark's going to swim away and then I won't have any weapon at all. So that's my plan here. This should work, hopefully. Now I just have to find a shark. And again, this I think would work a lot easier with a tiger shark just because they're slower. You can swim faster than a tiger when you swim, and he's not fleeing from you. So you can get a couple of jabs in. So I head over this way, heading for the rock, which is my protection again. Not seeing him anywhere. I'm hoping maybe another shark will spawn or the other one will just come back. And then I see a hammerhead comes and he manages to bump me even though I'm standing on this rock. I don't know how he managed to do that. That just doesn't seem right. So he circles back around. I do get a little poke in on him there. Oh, and he headbutts me again, but I managed to poke him a second time. Didn't do too much damage though, so I'm not too bad. And this is where I kind of mess up a little bit, or, well, okay, a lot, because now I'm out in the open. And I don't really have anywhere to go. So he gets a good hold of me. I'm poking him as hard as I can. I managed to get in 5 or 6 pokes here, but he killed me. I don't know. You know, it happens sometimes. You know, I died of bleeding. I survived 0 days. You know, but I can do better. I can do better. Don't worry. So my second attempt, this one goes way better. And this is against a tiger shark. Now again, a tiger shark is just way easier to kill, in my opinion, than a hammerhead. And again, I was a bit unlucky with my spawn here. There are no shipwrecks right next to me or underneath me. So I decided to paddle over to the next shipwreck. And I can see that it is a tiger shark this time, so that makes me happy. I decided to go around this rock instead of risking getting stuck on it. And it's also the direction that the shark went, so he's less likely to despawn if I go this way. All right, so there's a shipwreck over here. Hopefully we can get a crate with a fishing spear in it. And the fishing spear is really the only weapon that you're going to find in crates or on a shipwreck at all. I can't think of anything else that you could use. Can't use a hammer. You're not going to find a machete or a knife or even an axe. So I'm lucky enough, I do find a fishing spear right there. I can't quite catch the shark. There's no big rocks. I'm looking around for a rock to stand on, so I end up climbing up on the raft. And again, this is pretty much what you have to do. If there are no rocks you can climb up on, use a shipwreck, use your life raft, use your raft if you've built one. In the beginning of the game, obviously you won't have done that yet. And then I just leap down on him and give him a poke. I think I missed him there. I'm not really sure if I hit him. And I turn away just to see if he'll turn around, and he does. So I dodge back into the shallows, give him a poke as he goes by. You pretty much have to use your surroundings as best you can. And I see he's going over this way. It looks like there's a lot more rocks over this way, so I go this way. He does actually kind of get himself into a position where he has to stop and turn around there, which is really great for me because I'm hunting them. They can't flee as well when they're in the shallows. And there I chased after him because I thought he was trying to swim away, but he did turn around and came back, so. Excuse me, I'm losing my voice. And here again, he has to go in and turn around, and I don't know how he bit me from there. I mean, that just is weird physics. So as he turns around, I'm swimming in the same direction as him, and I managed to poke him 2 times. He does bump me again, but then I poke him another couple of times. And again, he goes for that shallow area where he's a little bit cornered, and I managed to kill him. 2 minutes and 30 seconds with a fishing spear. That's pretty damn good. I was not expecting to be able to kill him that quickly using just a fishing spear. Okay, so now we get into the best strategy for killing a shark as quickly as possible, and that is using the starting crates. You get these by defeating the game and escaping. The next time you start up a new game, you'll have the option of choosing starting crates at the beginning. And these are basically just bonus crates. They give you extra weapons that allow you to kill the shark. Inside, you'll find a spear gun with 4 arrows and a machete. These are the tools you'll need to kill the sharks as quickly as possible. I get stuck on the rock here, which is kind of a shame because I could have probably hit him once there. So that slowed me down a little bit. Missed an opportunity. So again, this is not going to be my fastest run. This is just kind of how most of them went as an average time. Hit him a couple of times with the machete. It has fairly decent reach. And he keeps swimming away, so I pull out the spear gun, get him a bit from a distance. Once right in the snout as he turns around. And then he gets me in his jaws again, which is not so good. And again, try and face forward and whack him as he lets go of you. I managed to get in 2 hits that time, which is great. Quickly bandage myself. And I decide to grab that spear that's hanging out of him. Get 2 of them. Get in 2 more whacks with the machete, and now I have 2 spears that I can use to finish him off. 1 minute and 27 seconds. Took a little bit of damage, but not too bad. Had to use my bandage. And that was kind of an average run. Most of them were around 1.5 to 2 minutes. So now I'm going to go into the fastest shark kill that I managed to do. I tried about 9 or 10 times. And I've put a little timer in the bottom left so you can see exactly what the timing is going to be like. And here, even here, this is my fastest run, and I still managed to screw up a little bit. I didn't notice the shark until I was already looking into the storage container, so I wasted a little bit of time there. I might have been able to get off 1 more shot. So then I decided to jump in after him. Put the last 2 spears into him, so I'm 27 seconds in. I've already shot him 4 times with my spear gun. It's empty. All I have now is the machete. So I decided to take a chance and I grab one of the arrows out of him. I don't think I can get more, so I whack him with the machete. And then I switch back to the spear gun, shoot him 1 more time, dodge to the left out of his way, and back up onto a rock for safety. He bumps me way over to the other side of the rock there, but he's going slow enough that I managed to grab 3 spears here, which is just crucial. Give him another whack, 2 whacks with the machete. I don't shoot there, but I do manage to get him once there, once in the tail, and then the finishing shot. 1 minute, 10 seconds, and 42 milliseconds. So under 1 minute and 11 seconds to kill a shark. That was the fastest one I managed to do. And this one is currently showing as the record on speedrun.com for killing a shark from the start of a game. So what I suggest you guys do, if you think this is interesting, if you want to give it a try, if you think you can beat my times or even come close, give it a shot. Like, go into the new save slots in the experimental version. Pick a new slot. You don't have to worry about losing your current game that you're playing. Start a new game with one of the new slots. Pick a standard world with either a starting crate if you have access to it, or if you don't have that option, then just obviously the normal start. Choose your strategy with a fishing spear, or by going ashore, or by using a starting crate. And yeah, see what you can do. If your time is really good, let me know in the comments down below. Or if you can beat my time, or even come up with a pretty decent time, go to speedrun.com. My speedrun there for the killing the shark is the only one listed, so the first person that posts a new one will be in second place. It doesn't even matter what the time is. Could be 10 minutes. Just go post something. You'll have a 10-minute run. You'll be in second place. Woohoo! But yeah, no, I don't think you should do that. But if you get a really good time that's close to mine, better than mine, whatever, then go for it. Do it. It's a lot of fun actually just to try it, and it's actually good practice for when you go in to play the game normally. I had a lot of fun with this. I started the game up a bunch of times, went in, tried to kill sharks, And that was my only job, kill sharks. I wasn't having to worry about gathering water or food or anything like that, or building shelters, which is something that takes up so much of your time when you're playing the normal game. So I found this to be quite refreshing. Anyways, that's all I'm going to talk about for this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave a like, leave a comment down below, subscribe to my channel. It really does help me out and keeps me motivated. So that's all for this time, guys. We'll catch you again next time. Bye for now.